Social contributions are an important component of revenue. And in the next module on GFS expense, we will examine the related and equally important payments of social benefits on the expense side. So when the GFS reports on, say, a social health insurance scheme or an unfunded social security pension system, we will see the social contributions as revenue and the cash and in-kind benefits as government expense. The revenue and expense transactions will affect the net operating balance and the net lending, net borrowing. This is all essentially straightforward and along the lines of what we've discussed so far. But when we talk about pensions that the government provides to its employees, the GFS framework takes a different view. You will see why the money received by pension schemes should not be recorded as revenue, but rather as the counterpart to an incurrence of a liability. Simply put, the key element of an employment-related pension scheme is that in every period the employee earns a claim on a pension benefit to be paid out to that employee or their family in the future. So part of an employee's compensation package is the employer's obligation to pay for this benefit in the future. If you think about it, this is not so different from other financial assets from the perspective of the employee, or liabilities from the perspective of the employer. If the employee contributes to such a scheme, then this payment cannot be considered revenue by the receiving unit, but will be treated instead as a financial transaction. This is as the contribution payment is directly linked to the increase in the pension liability. Accordingly, the operator of the scheme will receive the payment and at the same time will record an increase in a liability. When the retirement benefits become due, that is when the employee retires, this does not lead to an expense at that time. Instead, it constitutes another purely financial transaction. That is, the payment of the pension has a counterpart reduction in the liabilities of the pension scheme. The retired employees will receive their pensions, the scheme will experience a reduction in cash and deposits, and at the same time, the liability towards those former employees will be reduced. In short, the principal transactions for an employment-related pension or retirement scheme are financial transactions, not involving revenue. Of course, in practice, a number of practical challenges and complications may arise, and you can read more about this in the GFSM 2014. But as I hope I have shown, the principle is rather straightforward.